the higher self and exactly what is this higher self or this authentic self. I use the words slightly interchangeably. Maybe you do not, but when I think of higher self, for me, it's interchangeable with my divine self, my authentic self, my true self. And I also think it's important to look at what the higher self isn't. The higher self is not my personal self or what other people might call the ego self. They're vastly different in my experience and my perspective. There's the self that I am divinely in my nature, that we all are divinely in our nature. There's that divine essence of self. And then there's this personal self in the human world that we become as we grow from small children into classrooms and society. And in my view, they're completely different experiences altogether that ideally we learn to integrate a bit, where we start to whittle away at the personal self and whittle away at the ego self and just allow that authentic self to emerge fully and fully encompass our human experience. It's a deeply personal experience in how we operate and how we approach this thing that we call life. I love the idea of different aspects of self because then we don't have to be frustrated with that aspect. It's just one aspect of self. You know, so many years ago, I would be a little disappointed in how I would react or respond to situations because I just hadn't had that emotional maturity or hadn't had the experience. I hadn't had the life experience that helped me bring forward my authentic self. It was just my personality would react or respond. And there really is no shame in that. It's just part of the evolutionary process of becoming who we are. So to think of it as merely one little aspect of a greater, much, much, much greater whole being is really easy to forgive the self and have grace with yourself and be gentle with yourself that you are moving into more and more of who you are. This is just part of the process. And at the same time, it can show you who you're not.